In this video, we will talk about the 3 American players who will carry the US men's national soccer team for the next several years, and also the man who was surprisingly appointed the manager of the US team several months ago. How can the US continue to get better so that they can compete against the mighty European, South American, and other rivals worldwide that will also be there in the 2026 World Cup? The American players are great players, but it is crucial that they continue to improve, stay healthy, and lead the US in the next World Cup to be held on their home soil. Please stay with us for the entirety of the video as we will discuss just exactly how they will be able to do that in the coming months and years. With regards to the manager, it was a surprise that the US team got this guy because he is one of the better managers anywhere in the world right now, and it was presumed that he might have been looking for another club position in Europe. Not much was made of this guy's appointment in the United States in the beginning, and it might have been because the American fans and media are not fully aware of his past credentials or just how good this guy is. He will definitely improve both the players and the soccer program in America overall. He is the perfect guy to lead the US men's national team. We will then conclude by going over what all US players, but especially those that are on the bubble, absolutely must do in the next 2 years so that they can be on that World Cup team in 2026 to be held in the US. So please stay tuned. And if you love seeing videos on football and soccer topics such as this, please like this video and subscribe. And also visit the channel homepage to check out some of the other videos we have done in the past. Please feel free to leave a comment as well. Thank you. Christian Pulisic of Italian club AC Milan is the best attacking player and the biggest offensive threat there is on the US men's national team. Pulisic started out very fast with AC Milan last season and had an outstanding first year playing with the Serie A, which is known for the organised defences and tactics geared towards shutting down the other team's best offensive players. Pulisic has started out this year very hot as well, with 8 goals and 4 assists in 18 matches, thus far in all competitions. Simply put, he has been the team's best player. He has even been nominated for the Best FIFA Football Award for midfielders, which is an incredible accomplishment and honour for any American player. It is safe to think he will continue to develop and get better with Milan. Serie A is the perfect league for him. Prior to joining Milan, he played in England at Chelsea and Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga before that, and he played superbly at those 2 clubs as well. However, he was also somewhat injury-prone despite being very young, and the slightly less physical and the more technical nature of the games in Serie A will benefit Pulisic as he continues to work on his game. New AC Milan manager Paulo Fonseca at first moved Pulisic to a central position compared to the right wing position he played last year, but as the season has progressed, he has more or less moved back to the right side position. Newly acquired forwards like Alvaro Morata and Tammy Abraham are both taller and more physical and are probably a better fit to play in that central role. In any case, we will see how Pulisic adapts to the changes in positions. He needs to continue to play regularly, get better, stay out of injuries, increase his tactical knowledge, and then bring that back to the national team so that others can benefit from it. Weston McKennie is undoubtedly the best all-round player on the US team, has the best work rate, and is probably the first real true box-to-box midfielder the United States has ever had. If we think about the other midfielders that have played for US soccer in the past, we cannot think of anyone who was more versatile and had a better work rate than Weston McKennie does right now. At the start of this season, he was rumoured to be on his way out of his current club, Juventus, as the new manager, Thiago Motta, had originally considered him as not being part of his plans. But apparently, Motta had a change of heart after having a meeting with McKennie, and now McKennie has signed an extension and has played well when he has had the opportunity. It was crucial for him to stay at Juventus, or at the minimum, stay in the Serie A. He had a loan spell a while ago at Leeds United in the Premier League, which was a complete disaster. It was very important that Juventus signed him to an extension. He, like Pulisic, needs to stay in the Serie A in Italy and continue to develop his game. As good as he already is, he has a huge upside and, like Pulisic, is probably another 3 or 4 years away from reaching his prime. Former Juventus great Andrea Pirlo only managed his old club for a single season, but one of the best things he did was to give this American a change to play regularly at a big club like Juventus. Pirlo signed McKennie on loan from German club Schalke back in 2020 and gave the American a great opportunity to fill in the UV midfield, and the kid from Texas has never looked back. When you hear the name Timothy Weah, you probably think of the red card that the American right winger got in the Copa America this past summer against Panama in the crucial Game 2 of the group stage. He received a straight red card, and the subsequent ejection led to the US being down a man and then eventually losing the match to Panama 2-1. The US then lost the third and decisive game to Uruguay and disappointingly bowed out in the group stage. The media really got on the case of both Weah and the team, but in the grand scheme of things, that incident was not really that big of a deal, and it doesn't change the fact that Timothy Weah, along with McKennie and Pulisic, is the future of US soccer. Weah is the son of former Liberia international and AC Milan star George Weah. Being a son of a Liberian father and a Jamaican mother, and also having been born in New York and having French citizenship, Timothy could have played for several other national teams, but he chose the US, and US soccer will benefit from that for the next 10 years or so. He already has 6 goals in 41 appearances with the US men's national team, and since he is only 24 years old, he has plenty of time to add to those already impressive numbers. He established himself as a player in Europe with French club Lille, a club that is excellent at finding unproven talent, developing young players and then sending them off to bigger clubs. Weah gained good experience there, having played there for 3 seasons before signing with Juventus in 2023. He had a solid first season with Juventus and also got off to a good start in the 2024-2025 season, as he scored a great goal in the opening match. But then he had to exit due to a hamstring injury and has been in and out of the lineup since then. He is a very important player for US soccer because he possesses something that few of the other players have: speed. He also has very good work rate, is defensively aware and can track back quickly, and is tactically astute. He has been bitten by the injury bug somewhat this season, but hopefully he will continue with Juventus and play in important matches both in Serie A and in Europe and improve as a player. Mauricio Pochettino, the new manager of the United States men's national team, who originally hails from Argentina, is one of the better managers in the world right now who does not get talked about enough by the fans or the media. The Argentine tactician is truly underrated. It was not such a surprise that US Soccer had reached out to him. US Soccer was aiming very high in their search for a new manager, shown by the fact that the first guy they reached out to was the former Liverpool skipper Jurgen Klopp. Klopp turned down the offer and subsequently retired from managing altogether, but it was a surprise that Pochettino accepted US Soccer's offer. It was presumed that the Argentine might be looking for another job with another club in Europe, not a national team. His appointment is a real coup for US Soccer. His best managerial job to date was at Tottenham, where he developed current stars like Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. He is a manager who is tactically astute and is also adept at man management. He is excellent at developing and grooming young players, so being the manager of the US soccer team is a perfect fit for him, as the nucleus of the team is a bunch of players 26 years or younger. As for the rest of the players on the US national team, and especially those who do not always get called up or are on the bubble, they need to be at a club where they can get regular playing time, and they need to stay away from injuries. You see examples all the time of European players changing clubs if they feel they are not getting sufficient playing time at their current clubs. American players need to do the same. The World Cup in 2026 is still 2 years away, so these players that are on the fringes have plenty of time to get back into the picture of the national team on a full-time basis. The 2026 World Cup will be a fantastic opportunity for the United States to show just how far they have come in the world of soccer, and they more than have the quality players and the managers to meet those lofty expectations.